I am under the gun. I am under the gun, baby. All right, so I'm on my way to work. It's Saturday, and I do not want to go to work because I got a lot to do. It's interesting. Ever since I had like one day of, it was like maybe an hour and a half of like pushing, I've had activity since that day. And I think that that's probably what I want to talk about today is the difference between cold calling and relationship building. I'm finding that when I'm cold calling, doing sales and business, that people treat you very differently than if you're trying to actually build a relationship with them. It seems like relationship is starved. Like people are starving for a genuine relationship with you or with anybody. They're starving for it. They want somebody to make them feel good, make them look good, you know, hear their problems, all type of stuff, and go out and have fun with. But it seems like when we get into business, we're just trying to solve problems, instead of like walking with them in life. And I've done that. I've done it because you want to hit these quotas and these goals and all this different stuff. And you kind of get to the point to where you're like, I just want to get the business done. And I don't really want all the extra stuff. But what I found out is when you start having relationships with people, things multiply. When you treat them good, they multiply. When you do things that are unconventional, things multiply for you. So it's planting seeds, and it's not planting seeds to get crops. It's just planting seeds to get friendship, to get relationship. And you control it. You control your relationship. You don't have to like befriend and give your time to anybody, but you control your relationship. So I have a buddy of mine that is brand new buddy that I'm trying to develop a relationship with, and I'm putting in the effort. Yesterday in the morning, like early morning, I was like, yo, I got a question for you. It might have been 5 a.m. We don't even have that type of relationship yet. I just hit him up, 5 a.m., 6 a.m., something like that. I was like, yo, do you read? I had a question for you. Do you read? You know, because I know that you're a business owner, and, you know, business owners are always looking to grow. Like, are you a reader? Because I got some books that I've read this year that I would like to recommend to you, you know? And he was like, yeah, man, heck yeah, I read, bro. I read this book, that book, this book, that. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. He said, whatever you got, send it over to me. So I shot him some books. One of those books was Contagious. I got that recommended to me by Tai Lopez. Another one of those books was Choose Your Enemies Wisely. I got that recommended to me by the author, which is Patrick Bet-David. I actually bought the hardcover book on that one and working on it as an actual workbook, because that book is sick. Another one of the books is called something about expectations. I forgot what the rest of it's called, but it's an expectations book. And if I got the rest of it, then I'll put it in. But bro, it's something special. That book was sick. I just finished that one yesterday. But then the book that I ended up getting down to after The Power of Habit, the book I ended up getting down to was like, oh, you should read this one. It's called Power versus Force. Power versus Force. And I was talking about, and when I sent him, I said that it has this map of consciousness in it that really can tell you where you currently are, and then tell you what you need to do to get to a better level of consciousness. So let me give you an example. So instead of feeling like shame, where you are pissed off at God, you care about nothing, you want to eliminate yourself, maybe you can go up a couple steps to where you're feeling content, which is like a way up, or you're feeling like, I don't know the map of consciousness all the way, but if you look on Google and you type in Power versus Force chart, and you'll see a colorful one. It's like a rainbow colored map. It's like a page, a grid, and it says a map of consciousness. That right there is a good way to be able to see where you're mentally and emotionally are at and how you're acting. And if you're acting with power, which is a good thing, or if you're acting with force, which is a bad thing. Now, don't confuse power with like the 48 laws of power where you're basically being deceptive. Kind of have more so power where you are naturally having this aura about yourself that people are respecting, or you're able to move in a way that people respect rather than people feel forced, where you have to coerce them in order to get them to move. People want to move for power if it's in the right way, and people do not want to move for force. That's the reason why it's being forced. And so that book right there is sick. And he was just super amped. He was like, man, I just started reading the Map of Consciousness, and I see how it's already changing my mindset. And I was like, dude, this is the juice. Yeah, this is the juice. It's just the juice to feel useful, man. Like, I used to want gifts, like, toys and, gaming systems and stuff. But dude, I just want whatever I just did with that. I don't know if it's a friendship. I don't know if it's just a giving. I don't know what it is, but I just want that. I want more of that. That right there is worth all the money in the world. Just that, the idea of somebody having light bulb moments and you being a part of that experience and going through good times, bad times, and strong times and mental improvement times. That right there is sick. Another thing I want to be able to talk about, I'm in these courses with Tai Lopez, and sometimes people don't want to say it because they think he's a con artist and stuff. I don't like everything, and I don't gotta like everything. That's okay. But I do like a lot, and that's okay too. And one of the things that he had said was that most people aren't that great at sales when it comes to business because they explain too much. They spend too much time. They spend too much effort. They spend too much time being technical. And he kind of broke. What he did was he took an Amazon page, because I'm in one of his classes. He took an Amazon page and he said, let's decipher this. And what you would notice on the Amazon page is that the very top of the Amazon page is very set on triggers that are gonna have people click and buy. But it's not very detailed in the very beginning. It has a very cool title, pictures, variety, all that stuff, the things that like people really care about. But that's it. But then that's gonna take care of 75% of the people, 65% of the people, right? But then for those, those extra 25%, 35% of people that are gonna really need details, guess what you can do? You can scroll down and get your details galore. And I thought that was interesting that the details weren't at the top. But when I'm selling normally, when I'm kind of a technician, when I'm selling, I'm more so not storytelling. That's a problem. And I'm more so giving so many details and technicalities because I'm in my mind thinking that I need to tell them everything or I'm gonna feel like a swindler. And so, and not many people can be able to even decipher everything. You can't. It's too much information. It's too much, And what he said was that when you give people too much information, fear starts to set in, and the chemical in your brain that sets off or that goes off when fear starts to set in is cortisol. I believe I'm saying that right. If I'm not, correct me in the comments. But it's cortisol, which is gonna, create a stress, like a stress hormone. And, a lot of people sell off of stress. They're like, man, your family and this and that is stressful. And that's how I've sold, off of stress. I try not to, but, you want people to move, and people react to fear a lot of times because it won't do what's best for them in most occasions when you don't. But what he said was that that is not the highest level of how can you say it, like something to help somebody move. It's not the highest level. There's a higher level than fear. And what he said was, if you push this level over and over and over and over again, people will not only do what you want them to do, but they'll do what's best for them, and they'll be happy about it. They'll be excited for it. And what he said was, don't press the fear so much, the fear button, which delivers the cortisol. He says, you need to press the reward button that delivers the dopamine. And if you could be able to reward, guess what? That person not only feels excited, they feel a rush. And that was a very interesting thing for me, because now I'm starting to think about, like, am I pressing the cortisol button when I'm talking to my girl? Or am I pressing the reward button, the dopamine button when I'm talking to my girl? You know, am I pressing the cortisol button when I'm talking to my kids? Or am I pressing, you know, the dopamine button when I'm talking to my kids? When I'm talking to myself, which one am I pressing? It's a very interesting question, because if you're pressing the wrong button over and over and over again, well, guess what you do with stress? You try to avoid it. And if you're thinking of whatever the activities you need to do as a chore and as a task and as something stressful, all you're going to want to do is take a vacation from it, which is you want to leave it. And I want to be able to get to the point to where these things that could be deemed as stressful aren't, because I'm pressing reward buttons instead of pressing dopamine buttons, not only for myself but for other people. And I got that from Tai Lopez. And so for some people that think that, you know, he may not be the best dude, I don't know. I just think that so far I've been doing these weekly classes. It's been really helping out. I'm able to you know, learn in a deeper way, because he's not teaching conventionally. Very different. It takes time, kind of frustrating at first, because you want things to be quick and it's not quick, and then you start to get it. And I'm thinking I'm starting to click, which is great. So anyway, this video, I don't want to get too long, but I hope that this was a gem for you guys, for maybe some of y'all that's following the journey. Shout out to you guys. We're at 3.1 hours. That means you guys are watching the videos. I appreciate it. We're jumping up. Of course, we're not getting that many subscribers right now, but I'm okay with that. I want the OGs. I want the people that are really trying to grow. And eventually we're going to get a lot of subscribers, especially with these new plans that I have. And I just bought a domain last night. I'm very, very excited about what I'm going to do with this domain and what I'm going to do with this future business that's in my brain right now. Loving it. So loving it. Anyway, hey, for the people that do watch the content, let me know what kind of content you guys are wanting. Like, comment below. Do you want stuff on self-improvement? Do you want stuff on how I structure my morning with the ice plunges and the workouts? Do you want stuff on world events? You know, tell me what you want. You know, you want me to shut up? Just kidding, bro. You know, you don't gotta watch it. Anyway, it's your boy Talib YBT all day. Appreciate y'all hanging out with your boy. Really am. These are some of these are gonna be some of my cherished videos, man. These back in the day videos are gonna be some of my cherished videos. I'm so grateful for these times that I can be able to put these out, free flow talk, and not have to really think about too much of an agenda, just kind of like what's happening in life right now. It's very liberating, pretty freeing. I wish more of us were a part of a group. I just don't have the time to do the effort for it, but I want to make sure that I'm putting out these daily videos so y'all know what's up. I know this is gonna drop on Sunday, so happy Sunday to y'all. But it's Saturday today. I'm about to go to work, make it happen. But anyway, I'll see y'all. Peace.